Appreciate you showing up today, guys. We're going to talk about school culture and how it affects our school, not just in the classroom, but outside the classroom as well. But before we get started, let's have a word of prayer. Let's pray. Lord, I thank you for this day. I thank you for just the time that we can come together and meet and talk about our school, Father, and ways to improve our school. Just be with us now. We ask all these things in your precious name. Amen. Before we get started, I want you to team up with the person closer to you. So guys, you can just team up with each other front and back. And you know each other to a certain degree, but do you really, really know each other? And I want you to ask 3 questions, and I can give you 3 questions, but you can go up on 3 on your own. I was going to have age, but we don't have to do age. I know ladies get really bothered about age. I can't believe you asked about the age. But I want you to tell the high school that you graduated from, the school that you graduated from, your favorite hobby, and your best moment as a teacher. Up to now, the best moment or what you can think of as a highlight of being a teacher, what it is. Okay? Go ahead. About another 30 seconds.
Right. Exactly. I understand what.
Cool. Okay. Real quick. Mark, do you remember Don, where he graduated from?
No.
You don't? Okay. What about his best moment as a teacher? What about his best moment as a teacher?
For him, it was in the literature classes he teaches, and just so they're able to use that in practical life situations as they graduate.
Absolutely. So. Leadership class, cool. Absolutely. Because many times they come back to you and say, thank you for teaching this, or remember this.
That's what happened 2 days ago.
Oh, did it?
It wasn't actually leadership, it was from philosophy, when I taught philosophy, but, yeah.
But they came back and gave you that's always encouraging as teachers when you have somebody coming back and affirming what you poured into them. Absolutely.
It was a Christian school though.
Okay.
That I went to.
Yeah.
What about Mark's? What about Mark as far as school he graduated from? I think I know that one.
Middleburg High School.
Yeah. Okay. Middleburg High School, and highlights of him teaching and coaching here.
He said it was last year with the seniors, because first year in this school, he got to be a senior sponsor. He got the retreat and getting to know the kids and really getting to interact with them.
Okay.
One-on-one.
Absolutely, good deal. Pierce, would you?
He graduated from Nashville East. His hobbies include he used to.
I wouldn't. By the way, I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known that just by what he's wearing. I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, he used to be bowling, but he thinks it's changing over to golf now. He also likes cooking, and his favorite teaching moment was actually similar. He said with the leadership class, finding out that
Cool.
teaching that. So.
Absolutely, good.
He graduated from high school at Millington, Tennessee, which I know Millington because.
Did you guys know that?
No, I was in the
Previously?
Navy. They changed the maps. Maps moved to Millington from DC.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
he graduated from Hardage.
It was
Christian Faith Heritage in Millington, Tennessee.
But that's as far as we got.
That's as far as
He
we got,
talked
because
the
I
whole
sucked up,
time.
I sucked up all the time frame.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got to do that, guys. And as we think about this, we want to make teacher meetings, we want to make, anytime that we meet together, an environment that it's open, it's fun, it's serious to a point, but you can collaborate with your teachers and other teammates, so to speak. And that's what we want to create in our school with a learning environment. We want to have a culture that has an open learning environment and also fosters and encourages other students. So the last few months, I've been doing some research and been studying school culture. And today we're going to just take a few minutes to talk about school culture. And before we get started with the school culture, I've got a quick survey that I want you to fill out. It should only take a minute or so. A quick survey that talks about school culture and what your view is and what your opinion is as you look at our school today. You guys are finishing up, we're probably going to focus on just two letters, letter A and letter F, if you're looking at that. And the first one is, it says students in this school respect each other's differences. For example, would it be gender, race, culture, and I want what you put down. Does students in our school respect each other's differences? Do you agree with that, or do you strongly disagree with that?
I generally agree, but at the same time, there are students and situations come to mind I'm aware of where that isn't happening.
Right.
I mean, there are exceptions, but I think generally.
And so you're saying it's a totality,
Mhm.
it's a large part. Good. Mark, what do you?
I would probably go towards neutral, because I think it just depends on the situation and the student you're dealing with. There's some kids that are definitely, I would say some, there's definitely some that are definitely not. So I'm kind of in the neutral area.
So you're neutral right in the middle?
Right.
Okay.
I put neutral because I've been around, I've seen, some students that will, some students that won't, and generally, you have pockets that stay within themselves, and they don't leave out of that pocket, so I think of not so much socializing together to find out about each other.
Good. And I think you've got, and you coming from a dean of student standpoint, you've got a pretty decent pulse on what's taking place. Unfortunately, sometimes you see the problems that come up as well, for sure.
I just put forward, I agree, just from what I've been able to see, I'm kind of in my little corner over there, but
Right.
from what I've seen from there, it seems like everybody generally does seem to respect differences.
And so when you think of musicians, everybody being in
They
bands,
kind of have a common goal.
right, they have a common goal, so that's definitely a commonality that they have in focus there. Well, good. The next one, I've kind of rephrased number F is this, or letter F is this. The school, the classmates and others get involved in extracurricular activities. The school and each other classmates and others, they get involved in extracurricular activities. How would you say? Do you agree? The fact that we get involved, students get involved in extracurricular activities?
Yeah, I agree they do. I have a lot of discussions being in the guidance area. A lot of discussions I have with students, and maybe these are the more motivated ones to do more things, get involved. Sometimes my discussion with them is deciding what not to be involved in. They want to do 5 things, and they really only can do 2 or 3 effectively, and so they have to make some decisions. But what I see is a lot of opportunity to get involved in extracurricular.
Absolutely. So and think of, being a guidance counselor, you're trying to hone in on, okay, you want to do all these different things, but scholastically, you can only really afford to do this with your GPA or whatever it might be to focus in on that. Good. Absolutely.
I would probably say agree, but I also would say it depends on the home setting, because I think what I've observed that, more from an athletic point of view, with PE and with other sports too, is that there's probably more kids that would wanna get involved, whether they're athletically not talented to play that sport, but a lot of times it's home situations where they're not able to participate, in that particular,
Right,
sport.
where they can be involved in that.
Right.
I can say, I'll say I agree, and to me, it's kinda like,